pick up from where we stopped, we can do that.
Yes. You were talking about earlier generations, and if I was understanding you, you know what their example might offer to us today. And in my latest address, I was honored to give the baccalaureate address to the graduating seniors this year. And one of the things that I talked with them about, particularly considering what they have been through, not only in the last couple of years, but in their lifetimes, right? Let's just say 20 to 22 years of age, right? They were born into the trauma of 9/11, right? Which just sent a shockwave through the United States and much of the world. About halfway through their lives, they experienced a financial collapse that surely affected many of their families. And now, you know, where they are in their lives right now, they are emerging from a global pandemic that just, you know, shut down everything and stole so much from so many people, including some people's lives, right? So I just mentioned to them, I could understand if you're looking into the future and you're very unsure about it. You know, does life have it out in for me somehow, right? Is this the way it's always going to be? And what I asked them to do was just think about those who were born into, about 100 years ago, into the trauma of World War I, right? Global, just an awful war with so many ramifications, right? Those who were born at that time in their teens had to live through the Great Depression,
right?
And just a global shock, right? And when they became young people, they were the ones who were asked to fight World War II, a global conflagration that took the lives of 50 million people, right? Again, you could understand if they felt shell-shocked at that point.
Right.
But when we look back on that generation today, they are remembered as the greatest generation because they rebuilt the world that had been destroyed by those wars. The world in which we live today was largely, the foundation for it was largely laid by that generation. And so I'm looking at these young people and I'm asking them, you know, could it be that the difficulties you've had in your lives up to this point are not going to hold you back? If anything, they are preparing you to do great things that you cannot even imagine at this point in your life. That is my hope, right? And my intention is to support that as much as I possibly can, because honestly, I'm still a hippie who wants peace, love, and happiness in the world.
We can do, right? That's the least we can support.
And I think the choice is up to each one of us, right? What is the world I want to live in, and what can I do to help bring it about?
Right.
And again, is that world just for me? Sorry to talk over you, or will that world be even better? Will my community be even better if all of us are able to flourish?
You actually stirred a real question in my head. So you talked about the world wars, you know, and at that time we were still under the British rule. And being in the British rule, even Indians were sent to fight the war, right? Because we will be called in. And not taking names, but you know, different countries celebrate their Martyrs' Day, where I think they remember exactly these veterans, right, who fought during those wars. And sometimes I feel it's like, as I'm getting older, I think it's so important to remember those people who have sacrificed their lives for us in some way or the other, because and it's so good that these countries set that example, right? Remembering the ones who gave their lives irrespective of who they were, because it just made me realize right now talking to you that there could have been Indians who fought those wars.
Oh yes.
We never remembered them.
Well, unfortunately, particularly here in the West, I don't know about in India, but no, they do not get any attention at all, and that is unfair.
Right. I mean, maybe if it was many generations back, what if it was one of my great grandfathers, like 10 times my great grandfather, and don't know about him or her, you know? And I think that's the reason why it's so important to commemorate the ones who have died for us and made sure that we at least have the basic facilities. And the fact that I'm born and raised in Mumbai is no joke, right? Like my great grandfathers, I'm the fifth generation, and it wouldn't have
Wow.
happened. And sometimes I feel like I didn't do anything else. I didn't add any cherry on the top because I didn't go any further.
Right. Well, you still have some time left to accomplish some things.